Hi, guys. It's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. How was your Thanksgiving? Oh, man, I hope it was great. I would really like to know, though, the dinner table fights. I want to know what they're about. I want to know who won. I want to know who was the loudest. I want to know who got the drunkest. Anybody pass out? One, not Thanksgiving, but one Easter. Yeah, I passed out while cooking, and nobody helped me cook. Nobody. And then they all complained to me that everything was burnt. And I was like, you know where the kitchen is. Well, I wasn't. That was like the day after because they drove me to drink, these people. But I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I had a great Thanksgiving. We had a great stream during the day. That was crazy. So we got to see lots of people that we don't normally see. And then I met the buffet that's almost always open. Always open. It never closes, was closed, which is weird. So we went to the diner and we had a great time. Fozzie had Thanksgiving with his favorite person. Okay, so we're gonna do fast judge, slow judge, fast judge, slow judge. Well, actually, we're gonna reverse that. I got slow judge queued up because he goes first. He definitely goes first. If there's a choice, this judge goes first. And then I think I have one more thing. Well, we'll both learn about it together. Here we go, guys.
Which one are we doing, Justin? Cooper? You already given him
Cooper?
Got it.
Okay.
Earl Jerome.
Do you see her and her? Did you give him the file? I got it. Our poor Judge Reese keeps complaining that they won't let Vicky come into the courtroom anymore. They won't let Vicky come into the courtroom anymore. And this Vicky girl always made sure he had his files. And now, since they won't let her come in anymore, they every single case they keep forgetting to give him the file. Every case. And then they have to rush the file up to him. And all he wants is Vicky back. Every judge should have a Victoria. Every single judge.
Cooper?
Yes, sir.
Cooper?
All right, Mr. Cooper, let me see what we've got here. All right, Mr. Cooper, I'll let you go ahead and finish.
We're finished.
Okay. You were convicted here for sale or distribution of
Allie, that was a really great stream. And brave of you. So brave of you. Thank you so much.
cocaine back in May of 2000, May of 2015. Given a 17-year sentence, 8 years to serve, followed by the balance on probation plus the 3 years additional drug probation requirement, some credit for time served. In any event, there's 9 years and about 9 years and 6 months remaining, maybe 9 years and 5 months or whatever remaining on that sentence.
See, it was Thanksgiving, so the courts were like closed. So the only way that I can do a stream is to use when they were open.
At this time, is that right?
Yes, sir.
They now allege that you have violated the terms and conditions of your probation by committing a new offense of DUI under the marijuana, speeding, improper lane change. You attempted to get a drug screen and you tampered with the test, providing a false sample, and that you have not been paying your fines and fees. The lawyer tells me this is an admission. Is that right, Ms. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
They tell me you wish to admit these allegations. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is this an admit and argue?
Admit and agree, Your Honor.
Agree. What's the proposal?
We have agreed to RSAT suspended on the Toombs PTR program with all conditions to be made special.
All right, Mr. Cooper, they tell me that they're talking about putting you into a drug treatment program.
Yes, sir.
Now, the drug treatment program can help you with your addiction if that's what your problem is. But they can't fix your honesty. And if you're trying to fake a drug screen, then that's a dishonest act.
No, sir.
But it is.
He was rushing me.
He was rushing you.
Yes, sir. I couldn't. It looked like that, but it's not like that. So I'm trying to tell you the truth, the honest truth.
Yeah.
But the truth is,
that'd be refreshing. If I get somebody up here every now and then that tells me the honest truth, that would be a little bit different than usual. But you got to get straight. Now they tell you, what all are you addicted to? What all are you? Marijuana obviously is a problem. Cocaine, meth, whatever else. What else?
marijuana, sir.
Just marijuana only?
Yes, sir.
That's unusual. Because you had a cocaine situation back in the original case. That was a cocaine case, right?
Yes, sir.
If you still got that problem, you need to fess up to that too and get it resolved as well in this program, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, they're going to be giving you regular drug tests. They're going to be screening you. They're going to be telling you how to avoid the temptations, and they're going to tell you what the triggers are, what causes you to trigger off to using illegal drugs, and you're going to have to learn to deal with that, okay?
Yes, sir. And I'm ready for that opportunity.
All right. If you're ready for it, they can help you. If you're just playing games, they can't help you.
No, I'm not playing no games, sir.
All right.
I've been at.
You'll prepare the order and I'll sign it.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
I missed that whole case now. I got to start it over because Fozzie had me working. Looks like 20 people became members yesterday. 20. But it's still processing. Don't worry. I'll just call up YouTube and fix it. Was that the one where he said you got to get it together? Because I wanted to you got to get it together. But Fozzie had me distracted. Knocked me right off my game. Okay. Now we will go fast judge. Yeah, that was slow judge. This is fast judge.
Twenty CO1 2411 F5 293, 20 CO1 2401 F6 101, both State of Indiana versus Samuel L. Lafalot. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under the pains and penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
State your name for the record.
Samuel Lloyd Lafalot.
Oh, Lafalot, excuse me. I should know that. Lafalot, thank you. Show defendant appears in person as a self-represented litigant from the Elkhart County Correctional Facility via WebEx, State of Indiana in court by Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Don Pitzer. Mr. Lafalot, this matter comes on for initial hearing in a new case because the State of Indiana filed a burglary charge against you as a level 5 felony. That
Don't worry. They'll refund money if it doesn't go through. I know that.
filing triggered a probation violation in the 2401 F6 101 case because you were on probation out of that case in my court at the time you allegedly committed the new offense.
Ron,
The new charging information reads as follows: burglary, level 5 felony. The affidavit, the probable cause affidavit filed herewith swears that on or about November 14, 2024, at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, one Samuel L. Lafalot, one Timothy Gibson, and one Timothy Warren, and they and each of them did break and enter the building or structure of another person, to wit, Amit Shaw, with the intent to commit theft therein, that is to knowingly exert unauthorized control over the property of another person with intent to deprive the other person of any part of its value or use, all of which is contrary to the form of Indiana Code 3543.2.1 and Indiana Code 3541.2.4, contrary to the form of the statute in such cases made and provided, and against the peace and dignity of the State of Indiana. I will enter a preliminary plea of not guilty for you at this time. The penalty for a level 5 felony is an advisory prison term of 3 years. It can be increased to 6 years for aggravating circumstances or reduced to 1 year for mitigating circumstances, and you can be fined up to $10,000. Did you hear the rights that I read to other people who had initial hearings today?
Yes, sir.
You've got those same rights. Now, do you want private counsel, or are you going to hire, or do you want a public defender?
Need a public defender.
Let's see. Pardon?
Yes, that money will go back to them if it does not go through. They are still processing, it says. If it doesn't go through, that money will go right back to them.
Can I file for a fast speedy trial? I wasn't even in this bill.
No, you cannot. No,
Okay,
you
I didn't
cannot.
know. All right, I didn't know.
No. Listen, let's get through with this. Number
Okay.
one, fast and speedy trials in my court and pursuant to local court rule in all courts, although I'm understanding some judges aren't following this, you've got to file that in writing. You've got to file that in writing.
I haven't read
Really?
it.
You're holding up a piece of paper, so you filed that with the court.
No, I didn't know how to go about it. That's what I'm asking you, sir.
I can't give you legal advice. I'm the judge.
Okay.
I'm the
sorry.
judge. I'm not your attorney. The other thing is, we're going to appoint an attorney for you. Don't you think you ought to talk to your attorney before you do? Don't tell me you don't know what's going on, because you do. You've been through it. You're on probation out of my
Okay,
court.
I know.
Only here. You will only see him here. This is the only channel. Remember we did that? He was the one with the jiu-jitsu case. We did that big court jiu-jitsu case here.
I was going to do it. I wasn't even in this building. I was down the road, and then they arrested me from down the road on a burglary charge. I didn't even broke into the building. The other two guys even tell you this. I wasn't even there. They used my truck. That's what got me involved in this.
So, Mr. Lafalot, we're back to the original question. And if you don't want an attorney, I won't appoint one. It's up to
Yes,
you.
I need an attorney. Yes, sir.
That's a good idea. Let's see if you qualify. Do you own a house or any land?
No, sir.
Do you own a vehicle or
No.
any personal property you could sell?
No, sir.
Do you have any cash, any bank accounts, any investment accounts?
No, sir.
Are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Court finds the defendant to be indigent, appoints the public defender's office to represent the defendant. Your pretrial conference is going to occur December 18, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Your omnibus date is going to be January 16. Let's go back. Your pretrial conference is going to be December 19, 2024. Your omnibus date is going to be January 16, 2024. 2025.
More.
Your trial status conference is going to be March 13, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Your case is scheduled for jury trial April 7, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Do you acknowledge on the record that your case is scheduled for jury trial April 7, 2025 at 8:30 a.m.?
Yes.
You understand if you don't show up for that jury trial, the court's going to hold the jury trial without you.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to tell your side of the story, call witnesses and present evidence, you need to be in court for your jury trial on April 7, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The rest of it is just him talking blah, 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 blah. So we're going to skip. We're going to pass it. We got the good part. The good part is done. All right. Now we're going to go back. We're going to go back to a slow judge again.
Where is Mr. Miller?
They're getting.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, this is Samuel Kurt Miller. You got warrants here for burglary in the first degree, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, another possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, apparently a tactical 223, and then he had a Smith & Wesson .40 caliber. Also alleged to have had a another 40 caliber, an aggravated assault, allegedly pointing a gun at the head of Tony Ogletree.
Nan, hi Nan. Hello.
He's obviously a convicted felon, or you wouldn't be having those charges. What is his prior record?
Your Honor, he has a 2013 theft by taking and a 2022 possession of methamphetamine.
I'm not muted. Why didn't anybody tell me I wasn't muted? Guys, she'll be fine. Power went out. It's cold. We know how to deal with cold. We're fine. She'll be perfectly fine.
The order's sitting here, but it doesn't say. I'm looking at the magistrate. Looked like a bond, but I don't see an amount.
I believe it's a 10,000, 20,000 set on July 30th of this year. Sorry.
Well, tell them to leave me alone. I'm working. You tell them. Yell at everybody.
Ms. Payne?
Your Honor, the defendant has been in jail for 115 days. I realize he has a bond in place,
A
but
very
the
low bond.
case has not been indicted by the grand jury. He's 33 years old, lives in Cedar Crossing, he's a lifelong resident of Toombs County, has a few mental health diagnoses. We appeared before Judge Palmer on September the 5th asking.
The solution to his problems annoys the heck out of me, and you'll see why, okay? He's in here for burglary, and other things, but burglary.
For a bond reduction hearing. That request was denied for a reduction. The defendant does have drug issues that he is seeking help with. He's been accepted to Forgiven Outreach Ministries out of Douglas, has an acceptance to there. So we're requesting the court to grant an OR conditional bond to the rehab. And Mr. Ray. Okay, and Mr. Ray, who is the director of the program, is here in court, and they have a bed space available for Mr. Miller. We're requesting the court for an OR conditional bond.
Your Honor, last time we were in court, it was continued to see if the defense could find an inpatient rehab with a suitable mental health component. I'm not familiar with this rehab. I'm not sure if they have a mental health component or if it would be suitable for him and his mental illnesses, whatever they may be. So we'll leave it up to into Your Honor's discretion. I'm just not familiar with that rehab.
Or am I? Yes, ma'am.
Could Mr. Ray address the
Sure.
court, Your Honor? Mr. Ray, if you'd come up, please. Is the podium fine, Judge?
Yes, but of course, none of these charges, or it's a burglary,
And
2 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and an aggravated assault. So that's
the victims.
not your usual drug rehab type case.
Not your usual drug rehab type case. He assaulted someone. He burglarized someone. Oh, let's send him to rehab. When he was arrested before, wasn't it selling? It was selling drugs, not, anyway. Alan Churcher, High Replay Crew.
The victims in this case are, I believe, related to the defendant. When police got on scene, there were some statements made that they believed he was having a mental break due to his drug use. But since then, we haven't had any contact with the victims.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
would
sir.
state your name for the record, please.
Greg Ray. I have a few people from you, from Forgiven Outreach. We shut down due to COVID. But I was the director of Hudson Hill Ministries many years ago whenever it started, and just recently started the ministry back again because I have been working for CRC
I
as the
love that
director of
word.
Jaybird after they took the facility
Scoundrel.
over. I had Mr. Miller, excuse me, I'm a little nervous standing up here, but I've had Kurt a few times, and he does really well, you know, in the as long as he is in rehab, and there has been
Maybe I can get there. Maybe, only maybe. No, but this guy is burglarizing houses and assaulting people. And I don't think you should get rehab for that. You know, they have rehab in jail. I know jails have drugs, but if you're going to burglarize someone, that's not a victimless crime. It's not like, oh, well, they didn't get hurt, or, you know, whatever they had was just, you know, money or whatever, they can replace it. It scares people. It makes it hard to live. And there you go. I forgot to do this last night, and forever I'll be embarrassed. Anyway, he's assaulting people and he's burglarizing people, and he should not just get community corrections and rehab. No.
and a lot of changes in his life from his drug use to more of a mental health. It is the drug out there today that they're taking is basically messing their minds up. And so we've had, because I've had him at CRC, and he was having basically a mental breakdown, but we would basically make sure that he sees a doctor, that we do. I do mental health. I have people that are mental health. I've had one that's been with me for 4 years, and we make sure that they get to doctor. We usually use Dr. Durden in Dublin, but now that we're in Douglas, we're changing it over to other doctors. But he would be made to see the doctor and take, they have classes there that we'll make sure that he gets back and forth to. But he does do really well. You know, a lot of times, a lot of them do really well in the program, and as long as they're in the program, our biggest issue that we're dealing with today, and what I'm trying to work on more of, is the aftercare. The aftercare is where our problem is, and you know, so maybe hopefully later on in the future we can work better on that. But if you would show mercy and give Kurt another chance to maybe get some help, I do everything in my power to try to help him.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just a matter of, you know, how many times, like we had earlier today, how many times are we gonna,
Yes.
you know, keep, and that, like you say, they do well in the structured environment. A lot of these people do well, but then as soon as they get out, they're back to their old habits. And here we've got an alleged burglary and an aggravated assault with a firearm, and he's a convicted felon with at least 2 firearms. That's
Yes.
very concerning. I'm assuming some of your program, they work outside of the facility.
Yeah, but not for a little while. He's going to have to do program. We won't just bring him in and put him right to work. I just won't allow it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. What are you telling me, Madam Ms. Lawrence, or excuse me, Solomon? Is it Solomon? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. You've not had contact with the alleged victims. Are you intimating that this may be something that they're going to back off on prosecuting?
I'm not sure that they want to prosecute. We have reached out,
I understand.
just have not had a response.
You know, then that's fine as far as the
I hope it sucks. I do.
personal interaction, but the firearm possession by a convicted felon is a very serious matter. Ms. Payne, I don't suppose, if he hadn't got anybody that'll post, what's the bond now, 10-20?
Yes, Your Honor.
If he hadn't got anybody that can post a 10-20 bond, I suspect he's not gonna have anybody that's gonna be willing to pay for a leg monitor either.
You would be wrong, Judge.
He's indicating that he would, Your Honor, but.
Hey, Mr. Reeves. My granddad, he'll help me with the leg monitor. He just didn't want to bond me out without me having somewhere like this to go. So that's what I reached out to Greg, because that way, I mean, I can go and be, I don't have to pay for it, basically. And I'll be able to get my mental health classes, and he knows that. So I'll be able to pay for a leg monitor.
I do not.
All right, I'll approve of conditional release, my standard form, conditional release, but obviously I want a leg monitor at his expense. No contact with victims, alleged victim. That's Ogletree, is that right?
Is your granddad one of the victims? No, okay. Yes, Your Honor, I believe that's the correct name.
Tony Ogletree, yeah.
Your stepdad.
That's a stepdad.
Yes, Your Honor. Could it be no harassing contact?
Well, I think no contact at all. He can just, mama
I
can come
love
see him.
Kirby's.
He ain't got to go see mama.
Yes.
I love, love, love Kirby's. I just always have.
Yeah.
That's my uncle.
Is that another victim, Terry Miller?
That's the one the burglar is.
You may have to wait till the 1st of December to get an ankle monitor.
Okay. And then a Fourth Amendment waiver, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll present the order
Now,
after lunch.
Mr.
Judge.
Miller, understand this does not dispose of your charges.
Yes, sir.
Look at
You
that.
still got some
Look.
serious charges to face.
Yes, sir.
I don't know which way, I don't know what direction they're gonna take.
Yes, sir.
When you complete that program there, you're gonna have to come back to the county jail and dispose of these charges, unless you've disposed of them in the meantime. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Look at that Kirby. I mean, it still looks like a Kirby. I was expecting Kirby's to look like, I wonder when this was made. Do they still make Kirby's? Oh my gosh, look what, oh, they didn't show it. They just turned it. Look. Amazon is counting down a football game. Oh, I guess that's going to be a good game. I don't know if Kirby's are only sold door to door. I don't know. I know they used to be. That one's a refurbished one on Amazon, so that's not from Kirby. It hasn't. That's why I love it. Michael, go get it back. I'll come with you. Okay, we did. Now we have another fast, right? Yep.
Yes.
Hang on a minute. There we go. (20C01) 2411 F5 289 State of Indiana versus Christina S. Souders.
Hi, KS.
Ms. Souders, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm on the pains and penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Christina Souders,
What's your date of birth?
6/8/1985.
Show defendant appears in person from the Elkhart County Correctional Facility via WebEx as a self-represented litigant, state of Indiana, in court by Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Don Pitzer. You come on for an initial hearing because the state of Indiana charged you on 2 pages with unlawful carrying of a handgun as a level 5 felony. That charging information reads as follows. The affidavit, the probable cause affidavit filed here, which swears that on or about September 25, 2024 at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, one Christina S. Souders, being a person convicted of a federal or state offense punishable by a term of imprisonment exceeding 1 year, did knowingly carry a handgun, all of which is contrary to the form of Indiana Code 3547-2-1.5 B and E, contrary to the form of statute in such cases made and provided, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. Page 2 elevates it to a level 5 felony and reads as follows. The affidavit, the probable cause affidavit filed here, which swears that on or about September 25, 2024 at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, one Christina S. Souders did commit the crime described on page 1 of this information after having a prior conviction as defined in Indiana Code 1-1-2 and following of a felony, to wit, possession of methamphetamine in the Elkhart Superior Court number 4, cause number 20-D04, 1910 F6, 1398, situate in Elkhart County, Indiana, on or about December 22nd, 2021. Said conviction having occurred within 15 years of the date alleged on page 1 hereof, all of which is contrary to the form of Indiana Code 3547-2, 1.5 B1 and E2B, contrary to the form of the statute in such cases made and provided, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. I will enter a preliminary plea of not guilty for you at this time.
Yeah, I'm confused at the last parts of the meth and all of that stuff. What is that?
You got convicted of methamphetamine and that was a felony. Therefore, when you had the gun, allegedly, on page 1, it becomes a level 5 felony.
When was I supposed to have the methamphetamine?
The methamphetamine conviction occurred out of Elkhart Superior Court number 4, cause number 20-D04, 1910 F6, 1398,
Don't.
on or about December 22nd, 2021.
Okay, so that's, I just got out of prison a year and a half ago. That's old, right? Where is that coming from?
Okay, so do you want to be quiet so we get done with the initial hearing? Or do you want me to reset this for another date so that you can think about how much fun it is to talk in court and not get your initial hearing done?
I want to be quiet.
Okay, let's get through this, then you can ask me questions, most of which you've got to ask an attorney. That's why you need an attorney, okay?
Okay.
Now, let's look at the penalty for a level 5 felony. It's an advisory, I'm entering a preliminary plea of not guilty for you. I'm pleading not guilty for you, okay?
Yeah.
Then, the advisory sentence is 3 years in prison. It can be increased to 6 years for aggravating circumstances, or reduced to 1 year for mitigating circumstances, and you can be fined up to $10,000. Did you hear the rights that I read to everybody else who's had an initial hearing today?
I haven't been in here, but I just heard the guy before you, yes.
Okay, so you heard what I told the guy before. You got the same rights, okay? Now, let's talk about an attorney. Are you going to hire a private counsel, or do you want a public defender?
Public defender.
Okay, let's see if you qualify. Do you own any land, like a house?
No, sir.
Do you own a car, any personal property you could sell?
No, sir.
Do you have any cash, any bank accounts, any investment accounts?
No, sir.
Are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Court finds the defendant to be indigent and appoints the public defender's office to represent the defendant. Your pretrial conference will be December 19, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Your omnibus date will be January 16, 2025.
8:30 o'clock a.m. How hot is it in California right now?
Your trial status conference will be March 13, 2025 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. Your jury trial scheduled for April 7, 2025 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. Ms. Souders, do you acknowledge on the record that your case is scheduled for jury trial April 7, 2025 at 8:30 o'clock a.m.
April 7, yes.
You understand if you don't show up for that jury trial, the court's going to hold the jury trial without you.
I thought it would be like 78. I'm not lying. I thought it would be hot.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to tell your side of the story, call witnesses, and present evidence, you need to be in court for your jury trial on April 7, 2025 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to consider a bond reduction?
Yes, sir. I have the bond, but we need it lowered. We don't have
Okay.
all of it.
Okay. Court orders probation to prepare and file with the court a written bond report. Court will set this matter for hearing on bond upon receipt of that report. Let me order that bond report right now.
May I ask the judge something or ask you something?
Yeah, just not legal advice.
Okay. I was told to speak on the charge that was given to me already being on a case actively open in the incident that happened that night of someone else. And I obviously plead guilty to that, but that also made me have a violation of probation, correct? Can that be, lifted so I could bond out? If
That's
there
why
is
we're getting a
one?
bond report to find out what's going on and to see if we can do anything else. I don't know. I don't see.
I don't know if there
see that
is.
you filed a bond. I don't see that they filed that yet. They probably have a 15-day hold on you to do that.
Yeah, and my bond person asked me to ask you if you could lift it, please.
Yeah, I can't do that till I get this bond report. So let's get that bond report and we'll see if you qualify, okay?
Okay.
Cost coming on for initial hearing, defendant appears in
Same.
person as a self-represented litigant from the Elkhart County Correctional Facility via WebEx. State of Indiana in court by Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Don Pitzer. Court conducts initial hearing. Defendant requests appointment of counsel. Defendant examined and found to be indigent. Public Defender's Office appointed to represent the defendant. Pretrial conference scheduled for December 19, 2024 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. On the state schedule for January 16, 2025. Trial status conference scheduled for March 13, 2025 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. Jury trial scheduled for April 7, 2025 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. Defendant acknowledges jury trial setting on the record. Court orders probation to prepare and file with the court a written bond report. Court will set this matter for hearing on bond upon receipt of that report. I'm probably going to see you back here, not before December 19 because of the holidays and things. If I get that bond report earlier, I'm going to set it earlier, okay?
So, do I have to wait the 2 weeks for the actual bond? I mean, the violation to be lifted, then can I bond out? If it's the 2 weeks, they said on the 3rd?
Yes.
So the 3rd, if I don't see you by then?
Yeah, unless they file a probation violation against you that has a different bond,
Okay.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Yep, good luck.
Thank you.
Daniel Townsend.
Yo, I don't know why you're blaming me. Blame Persephone, not me. Okay, now we have. I'm missing a clip. But I have another one, but I'm missing a clip. Oh, it's a good one too. I'll be right back. I need to get that clip.
Mr. Snipes, who do you have with you?
This is Mr. Ortega, please, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get on the record in People versus Saul Ortega, case numbers 206-6751, 400-2180, 18-4057, 18-8830, 21-11777, 24.
Hope. Hey, Hope. California. Stanislaus County.
130, Mr. Ortega, present in custody, represented by the Public Defender's Office. Mr. Snipes, except in case number 24130. In that case, Mr. Snipes, your office has a conflict, is that right?
Yes.
Ms. Jones for the people. And Mr. Ortega, the court's staff has been trying to find counsel to represent you. And I was informed that all of the attorneys on the appointment list have declined appointment based on the fact that you are not willing to waive time for trial. And I believe the 60th day for trial is January 13th. And it's my information that some attorneys would be available in February, but not January. And because of the January dates, they're not willing to accept appointment. And it's my understanding, counsel, has Mr. Ortega waived time in his other matters?
In his other cases, yes, Your Honor, he's waived time.
Okay. And Mr. Ortega, the failure to waive time is making it difficult to find an attorney for you. Would you be willing to waive time so we can find an attorney for you?
No, sir.
Okay, then we're gonna have to come back every couple of days, sir, until we find an attorney. I don't know how long that's gonna take.
Your Honor,
And-
people would request to set trial. We have to serve our witnesses.
So he has a bunch of cases. I don't know, 6. We're just going to say 6. Could be more, could be less. He waived time on all of them except for one. He refuses to waive time on this one case. And no lawyer will take the case now. And I found my clip. My clip is right here, so we're okay.
It's not set for trial yet?
No,
Neither case is set for trial?
No.
None of them?
nothing is set for trial.
And Mr. Ortega, if the court is able to find an attorney, I just wanted to let you know they could ask that the court find good cause to continue the trial because they're not ready to go. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And what is his maximum exposure in the case that he does not have counsel on?
That case. I mean, in excess of 300 to life.
So, Mr. Ortega, you're not, in light of that, you're not willing.
He's facing life. He's facing life, and he will not waive time to get a lawyer.
To waive time so that you can find an attorney that's able to represent you on such a serious case?
If I would be able to find my own lawyer, would that would come back in a certain time? If I haven't been looking for one because I thought they was gonna appoint me one, like somebody was gonna pick up the case, but now that I see that it's gonna be a trouble.
There are like 9 attorneys that have been contacted by the a conflict firm that's in charge of that, and none of them are available for trial in January. So, do you think you can hire an attorney?
I would have to look into it, sir. I have not looked into it because I thought just coming back that they was gonna find me one, but if I don't wait time again, when will we come back?
I would say probably sometime next week. And regardless of whether you want to waive time or not, the court, like I said, could continue it over your objection if your attorney says that he or she is not ready. And a number of the attorneys that are on the list are very experienced, but unable to accept it under the time frame that they have to work with. So that gives them, with the holidays, it doesn't give them enough time to, I can't speak for them, but I would find the attorneys that have been contacted said they could not be ready for January.
No, okay. So this is his attorney for like, he has like 6 cases. I don't know how many. He has like 6 cases and they're major. They're bad. He's facing life in prison. And this lawyer has a conflict on one of the cases. Okay, so this lawyer can't be his lawyer in that case, but he can still be his lawyer for the rest of the cases. Well, that one case that this guy is not his lawyer for, he refuses to waive time. He wants his trial right away, but he doesn't have a lawyer. So they're trying to find conflict counsel. Now, public defenders and conflict counsels, I know in Texas, they're not like, there's not a public defender like office. There are regular attorneys that sign up to be, they go through this process to be a public defender. They still work in their own practice and everything like that. They just take these cases too. So none of the conflict attorneys will take his case because they don't have time to prepare for trial and he won't waive time. And they don't have to because they're just regular attorneys and they can decline to take a case if they want to. So the judge is trying to get him to change his mind, but I guess the judge isn't trying to get him to change his mind. The judge isn't allowed to do that. The judge is just telling him, we'll just keep trying, and that's all they can do. So he might not have an attorney for his trial. Now she's about to throw Global. No, yep. She's about to throw Global in the mix, I think, and ruin everything.
I would not like to waive time, sir, but I would see if maybe by next week, I'm gonna look into a lawyer from here to, if I come back next week.
Okay, you would like to set the matter for trial so you can get witness subpoenas out?
Yeah, that's just on that one case. That's just on the one.
Yes, Your Honor, given the time constraints, I would request to set it the week of January 6th.
What's your time estimate for trial?
So I am working on a motion to consolidate the 2 sex offense cases. If they are not consolidated, I expect it to last a week.
Couple of things on that, Your Honor. First of all, I'm not here next week, number one. Number two, I will be opposing any consolidation motion.
Well, I'm not considering the consolidation motion now. I mean,
Right.
Nothing's been filed, and
So I would say a 2-week estimate to be safe.
for both cases,
Yes,
if they're not consolidated.
if they are. They aren't 1 week. If they are 2 weeks.
Well, my case is not going to trial. I mean, I'm sure.
I haven't filed the motion and the court hasn't ruled on that yet. So, but I'm just letting the court know for scheduling purposes. I would say 2 weeks then. Also, I have no idea what the defense attorney, if there is one, would be putting on. So I think 2 weeks is a more prudent estimate.
Just so the court knows, I'm off next week. Was it, you said next week, right?
Well, we can try and come back on Friday. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any change because the court is trying to reach out to attorneys that are not on the list. And there's no mechanism for those that I'm aware of for those attorneys to be paid yet. Because the old system we had, there was a system for that, which apparently has not been used for years.
And Your Honor, you don't need me for that anyway. I don't have to be present for those. My cases wouldn't need to be present for those, for them to get counsel on the next case, do I?
Nope, he might. He definitely might. But there's other lawyers all declined because they don't have enough time to take on a trial. He won't waive time. So they don't have time to take on this big of a case. It's a pretty big case. She's saying 2 weeks. Trial's going to last 2 weeks long.
That's true. I can set. But he's willing to waive time on the other matters?
Yes.
And then, but then keep in mind, Mr. Ortega, Mr. Snipes.
Some of them.
If there's a motion to consolidate, then both attorneys would have to be ready at the same time, which,
I would imagine if we come back on Friday for the case where there's no lawyer, we would then pick a future date, which could match up. If we can come back the following week whenever Mr. Stites is available, we could pick that date.
But I guess my thought is I don't really need to be present until council, if and when council files a motion to consolidate, because all these issues have nothing to do with me.
well, but the other cases have to have future dates.
Yes, okay.
So
I mean, okay.
what I would suggest we do, counsel, on the other cases, we come back sometime, maybe the second week of December,
Yes,
and then hopefully we'll know about counsel in the other case.
yes, Judge.
Yes.
So, Mr. Ortega, other than the case where you don't have a lawyer, do you agree to waive time for trial?
On the other case. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And let's set those for hearing on,
Could we come back December 11th, Your Honor?
that is a,
Wednesday?
well, I would prefer a non-trial day. So that would be the 2nd or 9th of December. Or come back the week of December 16th.
I would request before the 16th, Your Honor, because
Okay, right.
it's going to be fewer than a month before.
Did you say December 2nd? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Terry, I'm
that'll
so
work.
sorry. That's
December 2nd in all cases other than 130.
Yes, Judge.
And he continues to waive time in those matters, but is not waiving time in 130. Last day for trial is January 13th. So I will go ahead and you're requesting that it be set then on January. Sorry, I will do those.
So the 60th day is the 11th. So effectively it's the 13th. So I would request some date
Okay.
the week prior to the week of the 13th.
That matter will be set for trial on January 4th. And,
I think it's a Saturday.
oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I was looking at January 7th.
Okay.
The last day is the 11th, you said, so that, okay, that should work.
Thank you.
And I'm going to set the matter for appointment in council and a trial readiness conference on the next date, and that'll be,
Terry, no. Lori can't send you food. Lori can't bring you food. You want to know why? Sorry, Terry. Sorry about your luck. It's it's dog eat dog on Thanksgiving. Well, that's probably bad.
so I'm not sure Friday is going to be enough time, so I would suggest sometime next week.
Okay.
But we've set the trial dates.
Monday,
I'll tell you that.
Let's try Monday then. Okay, Monday, the
25th.
25th of November at 8:30 back in this department.
So I don't know what's going to happen to that guy. I just thought that one was interesting. Because he has a right not to waive time, but it's hurting him. Bobby, no, you didn't. Okay, this is the clip that I could. Oh damn! This is the clip that I couldn't find, and I love it because this lawyer has an attitude, and she is trying to, I don't know. Her client is a better lawyer than her right now, by far.
Nasso versus Joseph Tillman. Mr. Tillman is in court
Again, this is Stanislaus County, California, but a different judge.
in custody with Ms. Park. Mr. Polakop is here for the people. Mr. Bowden's here for the city. And I do have a plea form for Mr. Tillman in front of me indicating, sir, you're willing to plead no contest to one charge. That is the Health and Safety Code, section 350. It's a misdemeanor possession charge on case ending 714. Did you go over that plea form with your attorney?
Judge Fleischer will not have court today, but I will have Judge Fleischer as soon as this video is over.
Me?
Correct.
And that is your initials and signature on the form? That's your initial? All right. You understand by signing this form that you're giving up certain rights, the right to have a speedy jury trial, the right to cross-examine and confront witnesses with your attorney, as well as the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also advising you that if you're not a citizen of the United States, there could be immigration consequences such as denial of citizenship, deportation, denial of reentry into the country, denial of naturalization. Was that explained to you?
Yes, you would.
I'm also advising you that this conviction today could be used against you to increase your punishment in future convictions. Was that also explained to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Speaking of, so in the past couple days, I have had a bump of subscribers that have not come from any of my videos or lives or shorts, which means that you guys must be word of mouth telling other people. It's the only thing I can think of. And thank you. I thank you so much. I mean, that's better than getting a subscriber from a video. It just made me feel good. Thank you.
And sir, with the plea today, you will be entering 1 year of informal probation. You will be ordered to serve 12 days in county jail, but you have credits of 12 days, so no further jail time is owed. You'd be ordered to
Everybody should show Judge Fleischer. He's awesome. He's GOAT.
pay the statutory fine fees and assessments, and then you would be searchable for, you're still going to be searchable for controlled substances during probation?
That's fine.
All right. Searchable for controlled substances and paraphernalia while you're on probation for that year, sir. And it looks like you're going to have 2 stayaways from the dollar store on Yosemite. Is that Modesto?
Yes.
And then, is that, what park is that?
Keywin.
Keywin Park. Is that Modesto too?
Yes.
That's a stay away between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Here we go.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have them stay away when it's not illegal. That doesn't make sense. You can't be
Well,
there
it
from 10
doesn't
p.m.
make
to
sense.
6 a.m.
It doesn't make sense to have a stay away for illegal times.
Yeah. I don't know if there's an agreement.
Well, I'll just set a jury trial on that one then. If that's the way they want to be.
I don't care. I'll stay away from the park. It's just the park. There's several parks in Modesto.
Huh?
Several parks all over Modesto. It's just a park. I'll stay away from the park.
You'll agree to stay away for 1 year during your probation?
Yeah.
All right. Are you willing to let me remove the time frame?
The client wants to do.
All right, so I'm gonna remove the time frame. So
Did you hear that? I don't know if you guys missed it because of chat. He's saying that he has to stay away from this park, a park. She's saying, no, I'm not going to do that. We'll go to trial. And he's about to take a plea. And he's like, no. Hold on. I'll stay away from the park. It's just a park. She got mad. She's like, my client says so.
So you need to stay away from the dollar store on Yosemite?
The Dollar General, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what?
The Dollar General, not the dollar store.
Okay, let me change that then.
Then I put Dollar General.
Dollar store. Let me put general.
They don't no longer exist, the dollar store.
All right, so it will say Dollar General, sir, and then stay away from Keywin Park, all right?
Okay.
All right. Then your cases would be dismissed. The other 4 cases would be dismissed, and the new arraignment case would be dismissed outright. That's your understanding, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Miss Park, you are consenting to the change in plea to count 1 on case 714?
Yes.
All All right, so at this time, I will find that the defendant did knowingly and intelligently and voluntarily waive his rights. I will accept his no contest plea to count 1 on case ending 714. That's the misdemeanor health and safety code violation under 11350. Find a factual basis for that plea, find him guilty under that charge, order the imposition of sentence suspended for 1 year. Sir, you'll enter 1 year of informal probation. During that time, you need to obey all laws and orders of the court, including your probation terms. To tell the court within 24 hours of any change of address, you are to stay away from the Dollar General and Kewen Park in Modesto. You'll be searchable for drugs and drug paraphernalia by law enforcement during your term of probation. You're ordered to pay the statutory fine, fees, and assessments. That's the $150 restitution fund fee, $40 court security fee, $30 court assessment fee. And motion by the people.
Dismiss cases ending in 088 532 771 and 252 in lieu of the plea in the interest of justice and with the highway waiver.
And for the city, your motion?
Move to dismiss the city case for the stay away.
All right, those motions are granted. So dismissing case ending 252 and 771 and 088, and then cases 532 and 225 for the Harvey waivers for the stayaways. Mr. Tillman will be released on probation today. And he's ordered to report to Revenue and Recovery within 7 days of his release to set up an account regarding fine, fees, and assessments. And anything else? No?
No, you're not.
All right. I've signed the plea form. Good luck, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would they come looking for us? Anyway, I'm just happy. I'm happy that it happened. Okay. Boom. Guess what time it is? Oh. Pause. I'm going to show a video real quick. I don't know how long it is. I'm not sure what it is, but I think a lot of you will. Give me a sec.
I don't currently know.
Hold on. This is from Midwest Crime. I'm going to put the link in the description. In the chat. So I don't get in trouble. One second. I have to get rid of something on my screen. There. I know I'm going to have to undo all this later. 8 minutes, guys. Are you ready for this? I think this was Ravet's video that Bobby just sent me the link to, said I had to play it, so I'm playing it.
I don't currently in a foot pursuit. Male, about 2 feet tall, deceptively fast. He is pecking at my tire. Get out of here!
Six 21.
333 pound leg, 1045.
Three, go ahead.
I've got a turkey attacking my cruiser. 10-4. He has no fear.
333, what's your 20?
I am on Evergreen at Hay Meadow in Grand Chute.
713. 10-4, do you need backup unit? We're on Sunshine College. Email is going to be a call. They just like.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Our coverage is made possible because of sponsors like Morgan and Morgan. Over the years, we've brought you mind-boggling video of crashes like these, but what happens to the victims? Apart from sometimes serious injuries, they can face months of paperwork, enormous medical bills, and life-changing impacts. When you're seriously hurt, you could be entitled to millions of dollars in damages. Stop getting lowballed, and you could pair up with a proven winner, the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. Morgan & Morgan has a huge network of over 1,000 attorneys and offices
I hate getting lowballed.
in every state. They've won significant recent cases for victims involved in life-altering car crashes like these, like for Yvette Torres, who was hit by a Penske truck in November and had severe injuries requiring surgery and therapy. Morgan & Morgan attorneys rejected a lowball pretrial offer and were able to win Torres a whopping $11.9 million at trial. The best part? Their fee is 100% free unless you win. It only takes a few minutes to see if you have a case. Remember, not all law firms are the same, and
Iron to scare him out of the road so he wouldn't get struck, and I think he took it as a challenge. Yo! Yeah! Yeah!
She's playing chicken with you? Three by this time, like the 333 and the 33 response. $333, do you need backup, emergent, or the turkey attack?
Yeah, 1040 is good. I'm trying to de-escalate. Currently negotiating. He is pecking at my tire. Bye.
Sorry, 13. 13-1. Yeah, north of it.
Leave. Get out of here. Oh, he don't like that. Leave, buddy. Come on. Shoo. Shoo. Get out of here. Go. No, he's over there.
All right.
No, he don't like you. Pull off to the side. I think he'll be all right. Go, 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 go. Get out of here. Get out of here. Well, that's no good. There's a fence here. Oh. I don't know how many mornings I've sat under a tree trying to get them close to me, and now I can't get them to go away. Shoot! Scram! He don't like cars. Okay. No. 333 Fond du Lac. I'm currently in a foot pursuit. Gonna be eastbound. A male. About 2 feet tall. Short beard. He's behind you. Mostly brown. Some red and white trim. Deceptively fast. Last seen northbound on Foxcroft. He's no longer in traffic.
Wait, Chase, he's not in traffic anymore. That's
Yep.
what matters.
Can't catch them all. I'm sure he will.
At least he wasn't like violent towards people.
When I got out of the car, I'm like, this could be a first report of injury that's going to get laughed at a lot.
Yeah, you're like, am I gonna have to chase this person?
I was like, I know OC works real well on dogs. Oh boy.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Well, thanks for the backup.
Hold on, I was just sent another one. Not yours, Maiko. It's too sad. So Ozzy just sent me this TikTok. I don't know if. Hold on.
There's a judge in the U.S. called Judge Fleischer.
Oh, just slow down. How do I make this full screen? Hold on, I don't know how. Thanks. There we go. So apparently he says this guy is super popular, a super popular Australian lawyer who posted about Judge Fleischer a few months ago. And I never saw it. This TikTok got 28,000 likes. So I don't know how many views it got.
There's a judge in the U.S. called Judge Fleischer, and there is a video of him with a sovereign citizen. And the just sheer joy in his eyes when the sovereign citizen starts sovereign citizening nonsense to him, and he gets to school him. It's just a 10 out of 10 video. The judge is so patient, and he explains super simply. You need to have a license to drive. You need to have insurance for your vehicle, and the vehicle has to be registered. And the guy's going on and on. I'm not doing commerce. I have a right to travel. And he's like, of course you do, with your feet. If you get behind the wheel of a vehicle,
I'm not muted.
then you're not going to be allowed to do that without these requirements. And he patiently keeps walking him through it. If there's an accident, the reason we have these laws is so the other side is taken care of. And the sovereign citizen who's not educated and is just repeating the same talking points over and over again keeps saying the same gibberish. And the judge just keeps, you need to have this, this, and this if you want to travel in a car. Oh, but I'm conveyancing. I'm under maritime law. And he's going, that's all gibberish. The requirements are simple. And so the judge goes, if you don't want to follow these, that's fine. I'm going to revoke your bond. And he goes, well, am I being forced to sign? And he goes, absolutely not. But you know the consequence. The consequence is I'll revoke your bond. And so the guy chooses not to promise that he won't do that again. And he goes, I think, into custody. Textbook. Check that video out. Follow me for more legal TikTok.
Oh, the way I'm fully convinced that America is in its fuck around and find out.
Look who didn't press stop fast enough on TikTok. Oh my. Okay. Can I'm going to Judge Fleischer now. Here we go. And to the real people who never mind. I think this is where we stopped. Maybe. I don't know.
Shop, and he has 2 sons that he supports financially. So his plan is if he's able to bond out, just to keep working.
Oh no, I need more time with him.
Okay.
So just give me a bit and let me thin out the line and let me delve into it more because
Do you want me to
I have his bond at 7503 under probation. It's got to be a reason. I just don't remember.
And then I have one more, Mr. Lane, Judge.
Yeah.
That one's in custody. He has no criminal history. It's a criminal mischief and an evading. He's unemployed and he's homeless. If there's any way you'd be willing to give him a personal bond. They're set at 5,000 and then.
Let me talk to him because we let him out on the evading. He goes out and picks up criminal mischief a week later, you know? Why?
Just give me a second, I'll bring him.
Yes, Judge.
Judge, I'm approaching Witherspoon Tyler on docket today.
Okay.
So we rolled it to today to give me a chance to speak with the chief about the offer that we had, which was a 6-month supervised PTI. The only reason we didn't want to take it is because his security and his private investigator's license is on hold while it's pending. I've talked to the chief and he's willing to dismiss once he completes the conditions. So I was just wondering how long we were going to give him to do the conditions. He has 50 hours.
Where's Mr. Witherspoon?
He was waived today.
He's not here.
Yeah,
The quicker he gets it done, the quicker stuff goes away. What all does he need to do?
50 hours community service, anger management.
Which anger management?
Just a 4-hour course. And I believe that too.
50 hours, that's a long
Yes.
time. I mean, it's 190 days old today. Today was plea or trial. If you're going to accept the offer, I mean, Michael, so on Witherspoon, you said 50 hours of community service, right?
Yes, Judge.
What's a reasonable time frame to give someone to do it, given in fact that the case is 200 days old, right? So we need to do like a put up or shut up date. Right, because it's 200 days,
So
so.
I think defense indicated to me their client would be able to complete the conditions of the PTI in a couple weeks. I'm thinking maybe if we
So Maiko sent me about a turkey in Missouri. I'm going to just tell you the gist of it. So this is Facebook. So Tina was a turkey, very, very, very popular turkey in Missouri, and has a memorial set up for Tina. Because Tina got hit by a car. But she's still very, very, very famous. Always in traffic and in our hearts. I guess, look at little footprint. Aw, it's so sad, but apparently she used to run around in traffic all the time, so much so that everybody loved her. Look, they have Tina shirts in Missouri. There it is. There she is. She jumped on. Was she ever tased? Oh, Tina, we miss you. That's so sad. They started a GoFundMe for Tina. Poor Tina. We had 2 swans at the college that I used to work at, and the college was in Millersville. So we had a Miller and a Seville. We always had Miller and Seville. Well, I work at a college, so college kids are just, bad people. So they got rid of the birds one day, but they didn't really get rid of them. They left them there. These 2 beautiful swans. So now we always keep a Miller and Seville in our one pond, and back up swans, a boy and a girl, in a separate pond over by the golf course. And then when Miller and Seville get old, we move them to the golf course with the other swans, and then we bring the younger ones in, so that we always have a Miller and Seville. But this is why I don't have a gun. The day that Miller and Seville went away, oh my gosh, it was so sad. Anyway, let's get back to Judge Fleischer. Bye, Betty. Hi, Michael. I thought you were gone. Look, Michael's here.
we give a month, that should be
If
sufficient.
he wants it, he'll get it done. We're,
Do you have an alternate offer?
Does he have a job?
yes,
If he showed me proof of employment, I would reduce the community service hours to 30.
to 30. We'll
Yeah.
take 30.
So,
Okay.
great. I mean, because I'll give you the 30, but at then it's 230 days. If he doesn't have it done,
Right.
I mean, it's over.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Absolutely.
babysit any more than that. So,
Absolutely.
SFBF, 30 days. he's got to be here at the next setting unless it gets dismissed, and let him know that it's trial at the next setting or he's got to take it.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay, all right. Conrad, finally, I'm glad you're here because we've been waiting for, Mr. Benavides has been here for all, Eric, I'm so sorry to keep you waiting for so long, man.
That's all, it's okay, Judge.
I didn't realize he was still on Zoom.
He's
at
been
the
here
time.
since like 9 this morning. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So,
He presented a form.
come up, Mr. Gracia. He wants to go back to the business.
The county clerk's office, it's his business address. I don't see a reason why he shouldn't be allowed back.
Okay. Complaining witness gone? Do you know?
I don't know where he is, Judge.
Okay.
From the council, he only been there a day or two, not a long-term employee. This is a stress where I understand they store trucks, so.
If that person comes back, you need to immediately call the cops.
Sure.
Don't take matters into your own hands because it's just gonna go downhill so much. If I find that you have another weapon, I'm gonna lose it. I'm really gonna lose it. And if I lose it, guess what happens to your bond? Right. It's not hard, man. You just,
Yes, sir.
really,
Can I speak a little bit?
don't. You don't have to justify anything. All we're asking you to do is take reasonable steps considering what you're facing now, right? You've got 2 open cases. You know you're not supposed to have a weapon.
Sir.
You know, you got to live as if there's a halo above your head.
Sir.
That's it. So, now, the other thing is that he was on his way to completing a PTI and he was,
Right. I emailed my boss about that on Friday, about what was gonna happen with the PTI. I haven't heard back on if he's going to be removed from the PTI or not.
so that's not your call, it's someone else's call.
Really not my
Oh,
call.
yes, yeah.
I don't even think that's my chief's call. I think that's up to.
Really?
I think it is.
Wow. Okay, I guess we'll give you a couple weeks, Eric, do your diligence to work it, because at this point, we're kind of in a holding pattern as far as, the only thing I could say, Mr. Gracia, is take some proactive measures now.
Sure.
Eric, be proactive as hell. Do what you can,
Yeah,
what I
we're
mean?
on it. He's still doing his BIP classes, so we're gonna try to get as many done as we can.
Yeah, but I'm saying beyond that, Eric, beyond.
Hey, Tokyo, how are ya? How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we'll do everything I can, Judge.
Original cases are for December 3rd, so we're keeping that date.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, because he's got a new case, so it's not something to settle now, we got to give him time regardless, so. All right, we'll keep you on the December 3rd date, Eric? Or I guess maybe even past that a little bit, that's too
Yeah,
soon.
because that's like 3
That's 2
business
weeks.
days from now.
So, yeah, I guess do 30 days. We'll just give you 30 and I guess at that point, I would like to know if he's gonna continue on.
Yes, Judge.
If so,
I sent a follow-up email while we were here at the bench, just a
okay,
reminder.
don't bug him too much, because then you're just gonna piss him off against you. Conrad, you don't want to do that.
Well, it's just my chief.
Really, there's no rush. All right,
December 31st?
how's that? Oh, man, I'm not gonna be here.
New Year's Eve? No, I'm not gonna be here.
Oh, no,
that
I'm gonna
week.
be here. I'll be here.
Can we do the first week of January?
I'm down.
Like maybe the 6th or the
Okay.
7th?
January 8th or 9th?
8 or 9.
Oh, let's do the night.
Okay, but by that time, we need serious headway, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay, man. Stay safe.
Your Honor.
Hey,
Right.
you know
Thank you,
it.
Judge.
They also said you had a few other questions for me. That's my basis.
I don't know yet. Give me a second, it'll come back. Brandon. Yeah, yeah.
It's just gonna be under Vasquez-Hernandez. Yeah.
Is it true? I want to know too.
Okay.
Judge, this is Vasquez-Hernandez.
Quiet down for a plea.
Mr. Vasquez-Hernandez. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you.
I'm going to take this one. I'm going to say Fozzie says yes to ramen after he scrapes the dried veggies out. But after it's cooked, he pours most of the water out and just eats the noodles. That's what I'm guessing.
You've done. You need to understand that this agreement.
Or he ain't got time to make that.
You've worked such that it will now go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. This is important because if you ever get pulled over, first thing officers do is they look at your prior criminal history. If they see that you have a prior DWI and they roll up to your car and they smell alcohol, or they smell marijuana, it's probably not going to go well for you. So if I were you, I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car and drive. Because you could be paying a heavy fine for it. Do you understand?
Yes, I
You're
do.
giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record and it will be there forever. Is this what you want to do?
Yes,
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated?
guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. There is the surcharge and fees and fines.
Judge, we wanted to see if you could waive those fines. My
He's
client.
wearing a Maserati shirt. Does he drive a Maserati?
I don't think so, Judge. He's telling me he makes right now between 1,000 and 1,500 a month.
What kind of car do you drive, Mr. Vasquez?
Wait. We're not anti-mayo, are we? Are we anti-mayo now? Oh, I thought it was just on a grilled cheese that we had a problem with mayonnaise. Like we like mayo, right? Mayo's okay. Right? He could have got it at the Salvation Army. No, guys, no. Thank you, Kelly. I'm never wrong, Fozzie. Ever.
Un Honda.
Yep.
Tenía pero ahorita no tengo.
I had one, but I don't have one anymore.
What do you do for a living?
¿Qué se dedica usted?
Tell me that's not a Maserati shirt.
Trabajo en construcción, pero ahorita no tengo mucho.
I work in construction, but I don't have a lot of work right now.
How much money do you make a month, sir?
¿Qué tanto dinero gana usted al mes, señor?
No, de 1,000 a 1,500.
Between 1,000 and 1,500.
Let me be frank with you, Mr. Vasquez, that what you're asking me to do is waive around $4,000 in fines and fees and surcharges. I will reluctantly do that. But if you come back the next time, it is a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs of around $700. So you could be potentially rolling out of here with around $7,000 in fines and fees. Get a clue, because if you come back, it's really not going to go well. The other thing, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So the proverbial slap on the wrist from today, not anymore. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, thank you. Can I give you this order, Judge, waiving it?
Presumptive order.
Yes, sir.
Gotta let me know. Okay, go ahead.
Judge, can we call it the Spanish station?
Yeah.
Our next
Sorry, guys,
case,
you're close.
21, Negrete, Francisco.
What time did this gentleman get here? Has he been here?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Negrete.
Buenos días, señor Negrete.
Buenos días.
Okay, good
Do you
morning.
have a lawyer today?
¿Tiene un abogado hoy?
No.
Shh. What are you doing about that?
¿Qué está haciendo usted por eso?
¿Cómo así?
What do you mean?
You need a lawyer to represent you in this case.
Gente, en este caso.
Pero es que lo que pasa es que cuando el oficial me agarró, yo estaba parado en la luz.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay.
We're not talking about the case. The only thing we are talking about is if you have a lawyer.
No, I don't have it.
What have you done to look for a lawyer?
La verdad no había hecho nada porque estaba ocupado, pero
Honestly, I haven't done anything because I was busy, but
It's time for you to look for a lawyer.
okay.
You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine, not to mention extremely serious immigration consequences if you're not a citizen. This is not a joke.
Esto no es un juego.
Do you understand?
¿Se lo entiende?
We will give you 30 days.
Al 30
You need to start looking for a lawyer,
para buscar un abogado.
Okay.
Okay.
please.
Por
Thank you,
favor.
sir.
Okay. Joaquin.
All right, Judge.
¿Qué onda?
We're here on the docket Ruiz Esparza. Christian Ruiz Esparza.
How are you?
I'm doing well, Judge.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We were here last week, Your Honor, and the state was supposed to get a restitution amount, and my client's appearance was waived today.
Okay.
And I don't think that's happened yet, Miss. I spoke with Miss Saba, and I think she called it, was complaining, and there.
Ms. Saba.
I spoke to him, Judge. He said that he got busy with work and he's on forklift right now, and he said that he can get it to me by tomorrow morning. He just said the last few days he got busy.
I mean, I get it. Do you want, I mean, we'll do a couple more days, but we need to give him a final cutoff date.
I mean, I
Say,
think if he said he can get it to me in the morning, like if we even just want to roll it to docket tomorrow, like that's.
are you okay with that?
Your Honor, I'm flying out of town at 5 a.m.
How long are you gonna be gone?
Till Saturday.
You wanna roll it till next week?
Sure, we can do it till Monday.
Remember, you can always Zoom. I have Zoom for you.
Well, I'll be, yeah, well, what time?
It's up to you.
It'll be too
Joaquin.
hard for me to get on Zoom.
Okay, not a problem. We can do it next, you wanna do next Monday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but if by next Monday there's, hey, Mr. Celestino, are you here with anyone today?
Sir,
Where are your folks?
my parents are both working.
Therein lies the rub, you know, when the cat's away, the mice will play. I'm now putting a monitor on your ankle. And if I find that you consume anything else, I'm now sending you for a drug test as well, because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system as far as drugs. If I find that you consume alcohol again, if I find that you consume marijuana, I'm going to make your bond so high, your hair, it's going to look like my hair because it'll be falling out. Do you understand? You are not to use alcohol. You are not to use marijuana at all at any time. And I'm now giving you a curfew as well. On one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other, you're going to get a scram because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. What would be my curfew?
10 p.m. What do you do with yourself?
Right now I'm working at an HVAC company. I start at 3 and I arrive home like around 3 a.m.
Nope, I'm not, I can't trust you, Mr. Celestino. I'm not letting you out until 3 in the morning. John.
I'm here, Judge.
If this is true, I want proof. But
okay,
I'm gonna be hard pressed to let a 17-year-old be out at 3 in the morning.
we'll work on that, Judge.
Heed this warning, Mr. Celestino. The next time you test positive, it's really gonna go backwards. Do you understand with me? Because I'm not gonna play this game with you.
So
You're 17 years old, you've got a DWI, and you continue to test positive. So one of two things is happening. Either you don't give a rat's behind about bond conditions, or you may have an issue. If you can't control yourself, and if you can't control it, then we'll do it my way. And my way is usually in custody in a treatment facility. I've given you the opportunity on multiple times for you to do this. And you've tested, I'm telling you, the next time, it really will not go well. Do you understand?
Sir.
You speak Spanish? Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres. Do you understand?
Your coconut from the
Don't hang
Florida
around with the
market.
wrong people because they will bring you down. See,
You are, come back over here.
Yes, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Same. I had a choice.
it'll be with, yeah, Rachel.
How's, January 8th or 9th?
I just pick one, Victoria, and just 9th is fine.
And then the case is 150 days old, John.
Yes,
where-
Judge, it's a .18. We will work on mitigation, but with all this coming up, I need to revisit him and have a really come to Jesus moment talk to see what he wants to do.
At 17, he had a .18?
I'm sorry, it's a point, yeah, it's a .18, Judge.
That's
At 17, I woke up with a 0.18 every day.
really high for a 17-year-old.
Understood, Judge, and that's why I need to really have a talk with him and his mom and.
Is that Johnny D on the phone?
So that's Victoria, that's the 9th, right?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Antonio, just call me later when you get everything done. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, John.
Over and out, sir.
Judge, is there anybody in the waiting room?
No. I was just about to call him too.
Did you want him to come back while I'm testing or just?
No, just if we get, when is the last time that we've tested him?
That would be. On the.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
my
barely that.
God. Why are they handcuffed together?
Evening Eve. Guys, you're in front of me because you are currently in custody. Your lawyer wants me to let you guys out. And I don't know. We'll see, I guess, let's start with it's Lane, right?
That's right, Your Honor.
So
Home.
you
home.
initially are charged with evading arrest. We give you a bond, we let you out, and now you've picked up a new case. You've picked up a criminal mischief. You're facing, I think it's even a Class A. You're facing, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I have no idea what happened on your new case, so let's find out. Guys?
So officers were conducting a follow-up report related to an incident that occurred on November 21st. The complainant, the manager of Fan and Food Mart, stated that the defendant entered his store and had an altercation with him. The complainant told the defendant to leave. When the complainant returned to work the following day, he saw that the front window had been broken. The complainant reviewed surveillance and saw an individual throw something at the window who was wearing the same outfit as the defendant had earlier. Additionally, later that day, the complainant saw the defendant walk near the store wearing the same outfit as the individual in the surveillance. The officer viewed the surveillance and confirmed what the CW complainant had seen.
Okay. What are you doing with yourself now these days, Mr. Lane?
Presently, I'm not doing anything. I'm unemployed. I was an attorney for 15 years in Chicago, Illinois, and I moved here in July or late June.
You're a lawyer.
Well, I don't know if I'm currently licensed. I let my license go. I did MCLEs. I was supposed to do them over the summer. I had them due, and I just decided not to go back to Illinois. So
you didn't like being a lawyer?
I love being a lawyer. No, I love.
Just
being-
stop.
I'm sorry?
Why stop?
Because in order to practice here, which is, my new home, it would have been a process of, I think, taking a bar, 3 days, I think you guys have.
Yeah, it's
And,
awful.
yeah. And I had some other things going on in my life that, producing.
You have in your life now.
Who?
Yeah.
Family, nobody in this area, but my mother and father, they live in San Francisco area, and my younger sister does too. My father's a retired lawyer, my sister's a lawyer, my older brother is in, a different
They know
field.
that you're here.
If someone doesn't answer that question, I'm rewinding it. What was he charged with? Nah, never mind.
Defendant walked near the store.
Guys, what's going on with you?
Morning, Your Honor, or afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, barely that. It's evening eve. Guys, you're in front of me because you are currently in custody. Your lawyer wants me to let you guys out. And I don't know. We'll see, I guess, Let's start with it's Lane, right?
That's right, Your Honor.
So you initially are charged with evading arrest. We give you a bond, we let you out, and now you've picked up a new case. You've picked up a criminal mischief. You're facing, I think it's even a Class A. You're facing, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I have no idea what happened on your new case, so let's find out. Guys?
So officers were conducting a follow-up report related to an incident that occurred on November 21st. The complainant, the manager of Fan and Food Mart, stated that the defendant entered his store and had an altercation with him. The complainant told the defendant to leave. When the complainant returned to work the following day, he saw that the front window had been broken. The complainant reviewed surveillance and saw an individual throw something at the window who was wearing the same outfit as the defendant had earlier. Additionally, later that day, the complainant saw the defendant walk near the store wearing the same outfit as the individual in the surveillance. The officer reviewed the surveillance and confirmed what the CW complainant had seen.
Okay. What are you doing with yourself now these days, Mr. Lane?
Presently, I'm not doing anything. I'm unemployed. I was an attorney for 15 years in Chicago, Illinois, and I moved here in July or late June.
You're a lawyer.
Well, I don't know if I'm currently licensed. I let my license go. I did MCLEs. I was supposed to do them over the summer. I had them due, and I just decided not to go back to Illinois. So
you didn't like being a lawyer?
I love being a lawyer. No, I love.
Just stop.
I'm sorry?
Why stop?
Because in order to practice here, which is, my new home, it would have been a process of, I think, taking a bar, 3 days, I think you guys have.
Yeah, it's
and
awful.
yeah. And I had some other things going on in my life that, producing.
You have in your life now.
Who?
Yeah.
Family, nobody in this area, but my mother and father, they live in San Francisco area, and my younger sister does too. My father's a retired lawyer, my sister's a lawyer, my older brother is in, a different
They know
field.
that you're here in this now?
No.
Can we reach out to them?
Sure. I mean, if you.
Well, here's the problem, Mr. Lane, is that we gave you a free bond, you've picked up a new case. And the last thing I want is to just let you go and you're going to be roaming the streets of Houston. It's just not a good place to roam. And if you've got nowhere to go, if you've got nothing to do, it could be a recipe for trouble. And that's why I want to let you out, but not just to the streets. If you have a place to go to, if you've got family, if someone's willing to take you in, then we can work something. But for you to just be let out on the street.
Right. I was going to defer to my counsel here to make these sorts of arguments. I'm not used to appearing in this sort of forum, but I'd be happy to speak to the circumstance of
Do
being
you mind if
homeless.
he reaches out to family to see if they can help?
I'm not sure. Well, again,
I can reach out to any family members if you want, if you're comfortable with me doing that. I just don't want to do that if you don't want me to, but.
Well, I don't understand the purpose to have them pay a bond.
No.
for help.
What Judge is concerned about is you having some sort of place to stay where you're safe so that you can comply with bond conditions, come to court when asked, and we know that you have a place to be. So if that's a homeless shelter or Star of Hope or something.
More importantly, that you, number one, don't get into any trouble, and number two, don't be a danger to the public, because we want our public to be safe, secure. And that's it. And if you're on the street, you're roaming, you've got nowhere to go, you've got no food to eat, it's a recipe for disaster. But if we can get your family involved and let them know what's going on with you now, perhaps they're willing to come down, speak with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a larger extended family that really should be bearing this burden because they were the ones who convinced me to come to Houston in the first place and to stay here.
You can reach out to whoever you want, doesn't matter.
You're an adult, sir. Sir, you're an adult.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, anyone you want. As long as they have a phone number, then hey.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm amenable to that. I'm not sure if that's a solution here that has anything to do with my bond, or because they gave me what, like a $5,000 bond or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, your bond's now, it's $100 on the evading, and then it's $5,000 on the criminal mischief.
Is there anyone you could stay with in the Houston area?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I know of one person in the Houston area, and a few others that could possibly be called. I don't really know all their names, but people I met along the way.
Are you comfortable with me calling someone for you in the Houston area?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Sure.
Okay. Let's see who you try to reach out to see how we can get Mr. Lane some help.
Okay. And Judge, when you plan to give him a personal bond, and maybe we'll.
No. I want to first see who we can reach out to first. If we can find someone that we have a place for him to go to, who's willing to help.
Computers aren't bad. People are bad. Computers are lovely.
Them out, then absolutely. Mr. Lane.
Yes, sir.
I want to give you another PR bond, but I don't want to just throw you out to the street, to the wolves.
Sure.
Okay.
Understood, Your Honor.
James is great. He's here to help you. Together, let's work something to get you the best thing that we can. Okay.
Thanks.
Mr. Smith, not very happy with you. You were placed on a probation for unlawful carrying of a weapon. While you were on that probation, you absconded multiple times, meaning you took off. In March of 23, you picked up an assault. And then after you picked up the assault, you took off. Never heard from you again. The only reason we have you now is because you picked up a criminal trespass.
Can I speak on the March case?
Don't. I've got a bunch of district attorneys here, and I don't want you to say something that hurts your
Speak about
case.
the facts of your case.
Yes.
The problem is that your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond to get you out. But I know if I give you a PR bond, you're going to take flight. We'll never see you again. How many times have you done it before? It's a rhetorical question. I don't want you to answer, but the problem is I have your bond at 7503 for a reason.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we got to find out what's going on with you as well. What I'd like to do is have you TRASed. I want you to speak to our clinicians to see how we best go forward. I don't want to just throw you out to the wolves. We want to, how do we get better? How do we make sure this doesn't happen again? How do we get you full-time employment so you can start working? Well,
He works at
I
an
don't
auto shop,
know.
Judge.
Huh?
He works at an auto shop.
Great. But I need just more than words, right? So I'm going to have you TRASed. We'll sit you off a couple days to see how we go forward. Okay? You understand? Okay. Do you have any family here that's willing to help you out in Houston as well?
My girlfriend, yes, sir. She was trying to buy me out today.
Who else do you have besides that?
My mother works for HPD.
Okay, that's a great start. Do you mind if he reaches out to mom? Okay, don't say anything here because you know, I don't want you to give phone numbers or anything like that, no. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put you guys back. We're gonna try to see how we go forward, and then we'll see you here soon, okay? All right, guys, thanks.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, take care, man.
Thank you, Judge.
They gave a no PR bond on the assault cases. I mean, I can't believe. Yeah, they gave him a PR bond on the assault.
Oh, I thought Mr. Smith.
Yeah. ¿Cómo estás? Tu abogado te sacó una oferta buenísimo. Si que tú haces dos cosas, cancela el caso. Tienes que hacer un clase de pensar cuando hacer cosas, se llama Thinking for Change, en un clase como 3-4 horas en el computador. También tienes que hacer 10 horas de servicio comunitario. No me importa a dónde, pero tiene que ser en una buena parte, como una iglesia, ¿ok? Pero tienes que hacer 10 horas y necesitan prueba, no tu palabra. Un papel diciendo que lo hiciste. Si tú das las dos cosas a tu abogado y ellos van a dar a la fiscal, cancelan el caso en total. ¿Me entiendes? ¿Cuánto tiempo te va a tocar para hacer todo?
Pues como yo creo, ahorita le voy a decir al padre ahí de la iglesia de la Guadalupana, a lo mejor que me dé 2 días.
Pero mira, antes que lo haces, tienes que preguntar si ellos te van a dar prueba.
Ajá.
Porque no quiero que tú lo haces y después ellos dicen, ok, no te voy a dar.
Que me dé una hoja o algo así.
Right.
Ajá.
Right.
Sí.
Antes de que tú lo haces, pide que sí te van a dar un papel diciendo que tu nombre está ahí y que hiciste 10 horas, ¿ok? ¿Entiendes? Ok, so, ¿cuánto tiempo crees que te puede tocar?
En esta semana yo creo que sí, ya le mando el de volado.
Si quieres 2 semanas, 3 semanas, yo estoy bien con eso.
Sí.
Pero el caso está viejo, so tienes que hacerlo ahora.
I'll be there.
3 semanas?
Sí.
¿Tienes una computadora?
Sí. Mi niña tiene la computadora, sí.
¿Quién?
Mi niña, mi hija.
Tiene
Ajá, sí.
Él te puede ayudar con el clase, qué tipo necesitas hacer, ¿ok? So, te vemos en 3 semanas, ¿ok?
Sí.
Pero hágalo,
Sí.
you know.
Pero lo voy a hacer lo más pronto que se pueda, sí.
Right.
Sí.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Judge, any chance you would consider, here's the thing, he's got an idea of a church, but they haven't confirmed, we just talked about it today, they haven't confirmed that they're gonna
Now
let
you're
him do
getting in
it.
the
And
fight,
so
too.
he's thinking that it's gonna happen. If it happens, perfect. But I've had so much trouble with these churches lately of not being able to do it there. Would you consider doing 30 days so I could make it happen in case this church doesn't allow him to do the community service hours there? Let me explain why, Judge. I've sent the last person, who was it? I sent somebody to like 4 different churches. And they're like, no, we can't give you the hours. We don't do that.
Did you find one church that accepted that?
No, we had to go to a community. That's going to be our last thing to go to. It's a
Well,
community.
no. Don't make it the last. Make it the first.
Yeah, well, I'll send them there.
Right.
Yeah.
If that place worked, send them all over there, and they're getting free work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah.
That would be an option.
Just make that one. Find one place that's a great place, and we know that they're willing to accept them, and boom, use that as the go-to from now on.
You give them 30 days though?
Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but está preguntando por 2 semanas más, 30 días. Pero te digo, ahora, si no lo tienes hecho en 30 días, te pongo inmediatamente en jurado con juicio. ¿Entiendes, Méndez?
Sí, sí.
Ok, no hay más.
Voy a hacer lo más pronto que se pueda. Sí.
Si lo haces más pronto, perfecto, dalo a Ricardo y él lo da a nosotros. Right? Pero no hay más tiempo de 30 días. Ok?
We'll get it done, Judge. Thank you.
Right, buena suerte.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, can I approach? Judge, can we actually approach in the back? Would that be all right? Just real quick.
Okay, those memberships came through just fine, instantly. I just checked. I had 28 members join yesterday. So I'm hoping that you guys have got a refund or a refund coming for any of the gifted memberships you bought yesterday. I'm trying to think of how I can ask YouTube myself. It's like writing an email to the wind, asking YouTube. I'm gonna try to ask YouTube, but if you notice that you've been refunded, check your emails or whatever, or your bank account, actually. If you notice that you've been refunded, let me know. And then I don't need to reach out to stupid YouTube. We're going to do one more. If there is one more, we might be done. Nope, there's one more. We're going to write the internet. I should press play, right?
Yes.
All right, I need to rewind
Puberty.
it. What was that?
No.
I'm like, Russ is on.
Did you appoint someone on this gentleman? No, you probably didn't.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I need you to, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately, but it's so late. That's why it's unfortunate. But Gutierrez. Yes. Puberty. We have quite the history with Mr. Gutierrez, let me tell you. Morning, Mr. Gutierrez. How's it going? All right. We have 2 warrants for your arrest. You were placed on probation in this court for driving while intoxicated.
Sure.
I want to say he went to residential, no?
I went to YMAC.
And then, was it absconded afterwards or? It's okay, take your time, no rush. As it stands now, it looks like you picked up a possession of a controlled substance in September of this year. We have you now here. I don't even know, did you just walk in here today? Is that what happened?
I had I'm a probation officer.
I don't want you to say anything just because, look, you have a lot of rights.
Sure.
Anything that you say, they can and will use it against you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer now. I don't remember anything about, all I know is that we've had quite a history with you as far as, you know, your first PCS was in 17, 21 was your DWI, 23 another PCS, that same year another DWI. While you're on probation, I guess took off, and now we've got you back here on a new case on the PCS. Morgan, what happened on the new one, please?
So the officers were dispatched to a theft at a Circle K in A-Town. They received a description of the suspect from an employee.
That's right.
Yeah, the officers began searching the area and observed the defendant in the roadway who matched the given description and was also in possession of the stolen merchandise. The officers transported him back to the Circle K where he was positively ID'd. During the search incident to the arrest, officers located white pills in a Ziploc bag believed to be Xanax.
All right, so Mr. Gutierrez, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward on that new case now. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what's been going on in your life. All I know is that it's been a lot of cases and I don't know. So I'm gonna take you in now. I'm gonna appoint you a lawyer and then we'll see how we go forward. I mean, you're still on probation in this court, so what I would say is
I'll bring you 3 coffees.
probably just do another TRAS so we get an updated one and see how we go forward. Please be honest. That's
No,
all I'm asking you to do
not
is be
even a
honest,
little.
because if not, I'm gonna redo it. You know, we need to figure out what's going on. Figure out how do we go forward from here. I don't know. All I know is that you've got 2 open cases. We haven't seen you for a long time. I'll work with you, but I got to know how to move forward. So I'll appoint you a lawyer now, and then we'll figure out how to go forward. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Don't send him down, please. Yet. I know it's getting late. I know.
Remember when he used to say, don't send him down? And we used to all say, oh, that means he's not going in. He just hasn't done that in a while. Critter, your birthday, yeah, birthday cards. Your birthday cards are awesome. Guys, we got more birthday cards going to Judge Fleischer. Let me know if I missed anybody. Junebug is sending one out. Jasmine is sending one out. Who is DSNY girl? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Someone tell me. Are you here? Okay, DSNY girl, that's the Discord name, is sending one out. We'll figure out who the YouTube name is soon. And Jen, or the painted blonde, they're sending one out. Monica, I think I got you yesterday, but I might not have. Monica's card is going out. No, I didn't. Joanne's card is going out. It looks kind of cool too. It's for a 50-year-old. And the painted blonde again. Are you doing multiple cards? I did too. I did not mail Linus's card yet. I did not mail Tokyo's card yet. I have it. It's just still in the car. And every time I get in the house, I remember, oh no, I left it in the car. And I'm not walking the whole way to the car. That's just ridiculous. His birthday is not until December, which is in 3 days. But I will get it today. And I'll take pictures. Sorry. Okay. So if you guys would just please mail Judge Fleischer a birthday card, that would be great. Any card, write it right with a crayon on a napkin. It does not matter. Oh, you know, Smurf, sometimes you say the meanest things to me. Did you ever know that? Now I'm going to be crying because of you. You made me cry. Just give me that one more day. Come on. Fine. December starts in 2 days, unless you're like me, and days don't matter. I'm not, Bobby. I'm not walking to the car. Crayons is a good idea. Crayons are pretty. Yeah. Try and make me cry. Try. All right. I'm getting out of here. I have I have to upload a 1 hour Kelly. Oh, nope. A 2.5 hour Kelly video and make a 1 hour Kelly video because I promised I would do it yesterday and I didn't. Thank you so much for coming out. I have a good members only video coming Monday from Throw the Goat. It's about an hour and a half long. Don't know what time I'm going to start yet. I'll figure it out. We'll talk about it before then. So we'll have fun. Rambo, I love Rambo. No. Tokyo, come home. Bye, guys.
Got these life echoes, digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Street tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes mirror sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. Wicked streams, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no